Dayne, Coach just talked a lot about wanting to communicate to you not to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Has he successfully done that?
Yeah, he definitely has. He and I had a great conversation at length about that last night, and I think that we both came out of that conversation very positive, and just having a better understanding of what's going on around me on offense. And I really, truthfully, felt a lot better after that conversation.
Do you feel like that's what you were doing a little bit?
Yeah, and it was, and I was fighting it and denying it at first, but that's 100% what I was doing.
Any idea why?
What was the best point he made during that conversation?
That we've got a ton of athletes around you, and I've gone out and said it publicly before, but with the way that our running backs have been able to run the ball, it's really about just going out and running the offense and having fun. It was clear that in watching myself on film that I just wasn't having enough fun out there, and that's why I play the game. So it was a little frustrating and confusing that the two weren't kind of going hand in hand. But I plan on having a lot more fun from here on out, and just relaxing and just being one of the guys and just helping manage the offense.
Is that a scheduled meeting he normally has with you, or did he approach you out of the blue?
We always meet on our own and stuff, and just from time to time to check in and see what's going on. But I was planning on going in and seeing him, and it was a good conversation, and I'll leave it at that we walked away very happy with what was said.
It was only the second game of the season. Why weren't you having fun?
That's a good question. I love playing this game, and it's not me sitting up here telling you guys what you want to hear, but I love this game, and I just need to go out and have fun, and it starts in practice. I plan on having a lot of fun today, and just carrying that with us the rest of the season. Talk to some other guys, and I think a lot of other guys on offense, and we kind of felt the same way. We were playing too tight. We need to loosen up and go have some fun, and we all just kind of had a similar consensus and wanting to make that happen.
As you were watching the film, was there anything in particular where that was really atypical, uncharacteristic, where you just said, wow, can't believe that's even me?
I think just with how tight I looked playing, that's not me at all. Missing throws that I don't miss. And that was just a combination of a lot of things. And I'm not here to make excuses and say it's just magically going to just be 100% better. But I've identified the issues that I think I needed to identify, and it all just starts with having more fun and just going out and playing.
Dayne, on the last touchdown drive that you guys had in the third quarter, Cale got that under his knee and never came back in the game. What did that do to the offense, not having him the rest of the game? Can you put your
anytime you lose a guy, like Cale, injuries don't discriminate. It couldn't have happened to, a better guy. And, when a guy goes down in the game, you're not sitting there like, all hope is lost. But at the same time, it's a guy you'd like to have. But as a team, you're mentally tough and you move on. And, you try and find new ways to get other guys in the game. And guys have to understand that, opportunity comes quickly. And it's making the most of that opportunity. And, as much as we love Cale on offense, we love having him out there. When you lose a guy in a game, like I said, other guys have got to step up, and on offense, that's kind of the mentality we've always got to have.
Is there anybody on the offensive side of the ball that kind of helps you loosen up a little bit, helps you have more fun while you're out there?
Side of the ball,
yeah.
Yeah, I think all the guys do, and it's one of those things where I'm not going to go out and force stuff, but at the same time, as an offense, you gotta love what you do, and you've got to go out there and really just love making plays and love having fun while you're doing it.
Was there pressure put on you from outside sources, like when you came here, people say, "Oh, Notre Dame did come to KU, you got to win now," type of thing? Did that affect you?
I don't really listen to the outside stuff. I think that the pressure that I was feeling was stuff I put on myself. I'm always been internally motivated, and I know what I need to do. But sometimes I think I'm a little too hard on myself, and that I've just got to go out and let it loose, and I plan on doing that, like I said.
What role can the running game play in helping you loosen up? Obviously, Coach mentioned that you guys have identified that you can run the ball.
Yeah, it's huge. You're not going out there and saying, well, hey, we can't do this, so we've got to be perfect here. It's great. Any great winning offense is going to have a solid running game, and that's awesome that we've got that. Now we've got to build on the passing game, but you know, I think that's something that takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
I would imagine it's fun handing off to Tony.
Yeah, I said it before. He never ceases to amaze me. So, you know, he's a great guy to have. Taylor's a great guy to have. You know, Brandon and all the running backs we have really shown that they can make plays, and that's something that's great for our offense.
Dayne, a lot of people that have been around this program for a long time probably look at Saturday night and say, "Oh, it's the same old Kansas." You're here, new, and Charlie's new. Besides obviously winning, what can you say to those people or do to prove otherwise?
I mean, I will tell you right off the bat that I don't think that mentality that you're speaking of is resonated within the team. You know, I think that the football culture has changed from what it was, and I mean, guys, you know, we're sitting here 1-1. You know, it's not the end of the season, and you know, sure, we're incredibly upset that we didn't get that last game, but we've moved on, and we're on to the next one, and you know, we've got 10 left, and that's all that we're promised. So we're excited to go out there and just seize every opportunity and get to work against TCU, because that's the only thing that matters this week.
You've been happy with the protection you've been getting in the passing game?
Yeah, I have. I really have, and you know, I haven't had to worry about that at all. You know, you're going to take hits; it's part of the game, but you know, I think the guys up front have done a great job in protection.
What was your impression of the Big 12 before you transferred here, coming into this school, and has it changed at all going into this conference opener?
Well, I mean, really the only Big 12 experience that I've had so far is just with guys on the team. You know, I really haven't you know, had much of an experience with the Big 12 other than the team here and Big 12 media days. But you know, it's always been a very prominent conference, and one that you know, I've always enjoyed watching growing up, and you know, I'm fortunate to now be a part of it, and I'm excited to go out and play this week, you know, in the first one.
Is there any kind of style of play that you notice when you watch, or anything?
You know, I think it's always just been pretty solid across the board, and you know, I think that a lot of teams will do a lot of things differently, and you know, I think that we're very different on offense from some other offenses in the Big 12. But you know, everyone's got their style of play, and you go out there and you do what you think gives you the best chance to win, and I'm just excited, like I said, to be a part of it.
Is that what could help you guys win in this league, is being somewhat different, showing something different to opponents?
I mean, sure, I think it can. I don't think it's going to be the end-all for us, but I think it's one thing that gives us an advantage. But at the same time, you know, we've just got to continue to work on what we do well and correct the things that we don't do well. And, you know, again, it's about making plays and doing whatever it takes to win. So, you know, we'll just continue to work on what we need to work on.
A lot of your teammates have been in the league. You're obviously new to it, so is TCU. Has there been any talk about this being the welcome to the Big 12 game for TCU?
No, I mean, we've got a ton of respect for TCU, and you know, they're a very storied program, and you know, they've got great coaches and great players, and you know, we're excited for this opportunity. You know, it's a big game for us. You know, we're worried about what we can do, and again, we're not listening to the outside stuff and chatter, and you know, we're focused on what we can do and what we're going to need to do to give us a chance to win this game.
Is it any easier to play loose when you're playing a team like TCU that's going to come in as a big favorite compared to playing Rice and South Dakota State, where you guys were favored and you know, people kind of circled those games as the games you had to win?
I don't think you pick and choose when you play loose. You know, I think it's just one of those situations where it's something that you try to go out and always do. And you know, I think that more than anything, guys are just very excited about this opportunity, like I said. And you know, I want to continue to play loose all season long, regardless of who the opponent is.
Are you a lot loose now, more confident now because you realize you got a running game you can rely on?
I think so. I mean, I should have known that all along, but I think in retrospect, that's definitely helped out a great deal.
I'll take 2 more questions.
Dayne, a little while ago, Charlie said when he would try to motivate teams not to overlook someone the way that he said that TCU might overlook you guys, he would resort to things like putting mousetraps around the locker room to tell people it's a trap game and stuff. I'm wondering, when you played for him in Notre Dame, did he ever do any motivational ploys like that with you guys? And if any come to mind you can tell us about?
No, that story's new to me. That's cool though. I like that. But no, I remember, you know, Coach Weiss is great. You know, I think he's always got a beat on the team, and he's great with the psyche of players and you know, leading into games and this, that, and another. But I think his message will be consistent. You know, he hasn't really had a chance to address us, you know, in terms of TCU preparation yet, and I'm sure we'll get a little bit more of that today once meetings start in a little bit. But the message will be the same. You know, we understand that you know, we can't afford to have any complacency in our preparation or things like that, but at the same time, I think he's always had a great feel for guys, like I said, and understands how to get guys going and push guys' buttons.
Going back to the running game a little bit, have Tony and Taylor surprised you in these 2 games so far?
I wouldn't say surprised me, because I think that those were guys that we went into the year knowing that we were going to have to count on, and I think that it's been great that they've had the success they have had on the ground, and you know, we expect them to continue that, and that's something that they take pride in, and you know, 2 great guys on and off the field, and you know, guys that you like to root for and like to see have success, and but like I said, at the same time, you know, we now count on them, and we expect them to keep, you know, that up week in and week out.
All right, thank you.